Hello, welcome to WireMock Cloud Academy. With Mock API versioning, collaborating on Mock APIs inside WireMock Cloud is safer than ever. As changes to stubs are made by users, APIs, or the platform itself, an audit trail of changes is automatically maintained. Users can review all these changes, compare the current stubs to a previous version, and even roll back the configuration to a prior version. Today, I will demonstrate how to use this feature. Here we are inside of WireMock Cloud. Let's go ahead and create a new Mock API. We'll choose a REST one for our demonstration today, and manual. Let's call this one versioning. And now that we're in the Mock API, we'll notice the new version history icon on the left-hand side. We'll click into it in a moment. Let's first go ahead and create a stub. New stub. Let's call this one get contact one. Make a few updates here. Contact path, contact ID. When the contact ID is equal to 1, we can come down. We'll give it a 200 response. We'll replace the body with our example response here and click Save. Now we have our stub created. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens inside of the version history. We can see there are several different updates here that happened in just these couple of actions that we made. If we look at the first action here that happened at 12:16, we can see that the settings for the Mock API were created. And down below, we can see that nothing existed before and that these are the new settings that have been applied for this Mock API. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. We can see again, settings have been modified. Some additional settings were all done automatically by the platform. Because these were done by the platform, if we come back over to our changelogs, we'll see that there was no user attributed to this change. But now if we click on this first one here, we can see my dan@wiremock.io email address or user ID has been attributed to this change. We can say View Changes. We can see that the OpenAPI document was created. And when we click on that, we can see that there was no OpenAPI document initially, but then our OpenAPI document was created. Now let's go over and make a change to our stub. Perhaps we made a small change here, and let's just put ZZZ at the end of the last name and click Save. Coming back over to version history, we can see that this change was just reflected. We can see View Changes. We'll see that the stub mapping for the stub ID that was just modified is listed here. And I can click into that and get a full detailed report of exactly what was changed by the user being myself, dan@wiremock.io. We can see the previous version of what was inside of here. And then we can see the change that was made over here, Perovich ZZZ. Now, perhaps this was a mistaken change and I wanted to roll back to the previous version. I can use the Restore button over here. So by clicking Restore, we'll get a confirmation. Are you sure you want to restore this stub? We can say yes. We can see that that new change has now been reflected. And coming into the stubs list, we can scroll back down and see that the last name has been returned back to a previous state. As you've just seen, WireMock Cloud's versioning feature allows you to revert to a previous version of your API or to compare the difference between two different versions. Try it yourself with a free forever account at wiremock.io.